you want me to talk about how to be a public speaker first, or is there any specific questions you have with regards to public speaking? All my Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I will come back to you after 1 hour once I'm done with the Kshamta group, right? So this is exclusively a private show for them. So I will do that first and then I will come back on to whatever it is, right? So guys, go ahead, ask me questions, or do I start talking about public speaking? What does the crowd feel? What do I want? What do you want me to do? Talk about public speaking directly? Okay. So my experience, I have talked to maximum around 800 to 900 people straight on the stage. I don't know if you have seen my Alvas College videos on YouTube. That's completely in front of 800 people. I go on to stage and tell people, ask me any question between birth and death. Any question between birth and death, and I go on stage and directly reply in the best possible way, and I go on with it also. So these are the two ways I do most of my talks, and that's the method which I do from that point, right? So how many sessions I've done till now public speaking, I don't know. I've done a lot. None of them things are actually shown out, on my social media. I just keep 1 or 2 sessions from social media. But yeah, I've talked to a lot of people. Okay, Disha's first question: is it good idea to crack a joke while speaking in public? Yes, anytime. Make sure you don't lose your value in the process of telling a joke, because when you ask a joke, you should obviously have a meaning towards it, or a creation towards it, or something revolved around that. Because if that is not done right, there are chances it could hit you back. Always remember something. If the joke, when you're doing a serious talk, if the joke doesn't relate to the talk, people will say, what a dumb joke. It shouldn't be from that way. If it's a serious topic, you have to talk seriously. You can't bring jokes into those topics. But then if you can bring humor to it, the advantage of bringing humor is people laugh, people lower their guard, and they become much more they become much more well receiving to whatever it is. Next question again from Disha. Okay, let me take in the question section. I really like it. We are directly going in the question section. I really love that. For me, I like to answer people's question much more than just me generally talking about a specific topic, right? So what should we do to back up in case we go blank in speaking in public? Now, why do these blanking happen? Let me tell you about that first. So when you're talking on stage, your mind just blanks out. What is the reason behind it? Somewhere around fear, somewhere around limited knowledge, somewhere around what people will think, somewhere around you have your most hated teacher sitting in front of you, somewhere around you have people looking at you with so much of attention and focus that on a longer run, that energy becomes so powerful into your head that your mind blanks out by that force which has overtaken your head, and it works against you. So that is why most of the reason why these blank out happens. If the blank out happens on stage, all you got to say, sorry, and move. There's 2 ways. One is you get blank out, you compose yourself, which means composing yourself means you're blanked out. Say, guys, excuse me, just give me a second, figure it out and see if you can come back out of your blank out. If not, just say there, sorry, I don't think I can carry on further. I have to break it down here. I apologize to the crowd that, it seems like I got blanked out and, this all happens, and move off the public group, right? So it's never a problem to get blanked out. In my life, I never got blanked out, all thanks to God, but make sure you get that right? I hope, Disha, I have answered your question. Okay, Samit has gone directly. What says, sir, how do you present yourself confidently in front of client and gain their attention? Now, first thing, to present yourself confidently in front of a client, you should know your product well. You should know what you're selling well. If you have limited information, if you have limited knowledge about what you're going to sell, your confidence will hit you back, right? The other thing is what you have to be careful is that is your confidence is based on your past experiences of various other customers, and that brings into your picture. So what you have to do is that you have to look into your past and see where you stand, see where you work, see how well you're good at it, see if you're improving or not, and then go in front of it. Because sometimes your bad previous customer experiences or client experiences could obviously affect you, or would obviously bring those influences into your life that could affect your that could affect your confidence. So this is the one part. The second question is how to gain their attention. When you talk about gaining their attention, in simple terms, I tell, if you want the second party's attention, all you have to do is to talk what they want to listen. If you talk what they want to listen, obviously they will give your attention. So when you go and meet of a client, don't go and directly sales pitch your stuff. Talk about themselves first. Talk about them, what they're doing. Talk about what their favorites are. Let them talk. The more you make them talk, the more they give you an opportunity to talk back to them. Most of the sales people, I think some of you are somewhere around sales too. So what you need to do, don't go and pitch yourself directly. Have a casual conversation first. Have the relationship first. Build up that relationship. And then once they are interested in you, that is when you pitch your stuff and work it up from there. Samit, I hope I've answered the question. There is a lot of time to difficult to convince people when you are new. How to add that tinge of care? Stop working on convincing people. Your objective is not to convince people. Your objective is to present yourself in such a way, or present your product in such a way you have done justice to that product and that services, and you have given them a solution which is best for them, and full stop it there. Don't work on convincing people. There are customers who won't be a good customer for you. Keep them out. There will be customers who's very serious. Give them attention. There will be customers who's completely waste of time. Don't waste your time there. So what you need to do is that some certain people have that interest. Put your energy to convince them rather than trying to convince everyone who you meet. Because if you try to convince everyone who you meet, there are chances you will get demotivated. And when you get demotivated, there are chances it works against you also. Right? I hope, Samit, I have answered. It is never ever difficult to convince if you know the solution to the problem which they are looking for. Maybe your solution is not their actual problem. Move out from there and find someone much more meaningful so that it benefits you at the end of the day. Right? I hope I have answered the question. Oh, someone is asking more question. How do you enter a room of unknown and make sure you drop there as a strong personality? First of all, when you're going into this is wow, Samit, nice questions you're asking me. Great. So how do you do that? When you go to an unknown person, unknown set of rooms, what you need to do here is that is first thing, never ever compare yourself to the people who are sitting in the room. Normally what happens is that when you begin to compare, which means, oh, he's the CEO, oh, he's the manager, oh, or when you bring all these O's into your life, you obviously it affects your personality. When you know what you truly are, when you know who you are actually, what you represent, what your concepts are, and what is the main objective of yourself, when you start looking from that point of view, automatically your personality will be building about. But then you have a CEO, oh, he's a CEO, I'm not the CEO, then what am I supposed to do? There is an issue which starts coming in and it starts working against you, right? So if you want to make an impact, stop comparing yourself. You are superior in your job. What I tell people, the person who does the best cleaning of a home is the boss when it comes to cleaning. Even though you're making more, if he cleans the house better than you, he is the boss in cleaning the home, right? So see it from that point of view. So if you do your job in the best possible way, you are the boss of your job. So see it from that point of view. When you see from that point of view, automatically your personality, automatically your confidence will start stepping in automatically, right? I hope I've answered the question. Okay, next question is from Trivate. So what should one do when you find the audience has lost interest in midway? Very good question. Talk what interests them, right? Sometimes I will tell you an example how I do, right? Sometimes I have no idea how my topics are going to go, because I go on a stage, ask me any question between birth and death, and it goes totally random questions coming in. There could be chances people ask a certain set of first few questions would be boring. When I see the energy dropping in, if it's a youthful crowd, I would bring a topic which is of interest to them indirectly. Guys, why don't you talk about love? You don't have any doubts on love? Boom. Someone is going to talk about love. Someone is going to question me about love. The interest comes back. So the method is very simple. When you are looking at people whose interest is going up and down, give them something interesting. Tell the concept what you want to tell. Give them something interesting. Tell the concept what you want to tell. And if you bring it into that flow, most of the interest will be maintained for a very, very long time. The maximum I went, like for example, sometimes some teachers don't know how I keep the youth completely involved for more than 1 hour. My sessions go for 2 hours. My last session, which I did in Alvas, it was around 800 students going on for almost 2 hours of session, question, answer, and the principal told to stop. So that's why we stopped. So the point is, it's not interest of the people. It is what you have to, the other thing you got to notice is that you have to see the interest of the whole crowd. Is my whole crowd losing interest? Then there is a big problem. Now, the other thing is, there could be 1 or 2 people who is sleeping in your session. There could be 1 or 2 people who's completely distracted for their whole life. Ignore them. Focus on the people who's smiling at you. Focus on the people who are talking with you. Focus on the people who's communicating with you. Focus on the people who's having that eye contact with you. Don't try to impress or create interest in every single person in the audience. It is dumbness and it's a waste of time. Never ever do that. What you need to do is very, very simple. Focus on, if 50% of the audience is interested, you are on the right track. Right? So don't generalize if the other 50 is not interested. It doesn't matter. But my concept is completely different. If there's one person seriously listening on a crowd of 100 or 800, I am going to speak regardless of what the 799 people think. Because I'm only focused on that one person. And if that one person is genuinely listening, I will talk, right? So that's my point of view, guys. Don't try that, because you people would be charging for your shows. You would be people who have to impress a certain set of people. I'm a person who's not charging, who does all my sessions free of charge. So that way, it doesn't matter also who I impress and who I don't impress. My objective is purely to give the answers, and that's my only focus, right? So going back to while addressing a large, this is KKR, while addressing a larger crowd, is it better to prepare a speech or just go with a vibe? Oh, you're asking a person. See, I'm a speaker who don't prepare speeches ever. All thanks to God for that. I can do speeches like that. But I'm a person who never ever goes practically onto the stage, directly going on full stop, and I go, right? So for me, I go on stage, guys, what questions you have about life, ask me anything from birth to death and go on for it. So for that, don't ask me how I'm doing it, but in general, you need a lot of experience for going with a vibe. Now, you can only go with a vibe if you are completely confident about the topic which you're going to talk about. And the content you should know, which is coming from your heart. Normally, what I say, to make it very, very simple to understand and single answer to KKR's question. If you are speaking using your mind, you need a prepared speech. If you are speaking using your heart, you can go with the vibe. I think that will be very, very clear as to what I'm actually talking about. When you feel, when the topic is in your heart, I'm telling you, you can go on and on and on and talk as much as you can. But if the mind is coming from the mind, after some time, the information is exhausted and you won't have more topics to talk. If you tell me to talk about positivity, I can go on talk for hours and hours and hours of positivity because it's coming from my heart and not from my mind, right? So it's your call, KKR, and what level you are at a speaker and what content you have with regards to topic. Now, for example, I will tell KKR, hey KKR, why don't you tell me your life story? You don't need to have a prepared speech for telling your life story. It'll be automatically coming by the vibes of your story, right? But then if I tell you talk about, public speaking, and if you're not into public speaking, then you won't have that topic. You have to prepare for it and you got to do it. I hope I've answered the question. Oh my God, 5 more questions coming in. So I think this is a Summit show. I think Summit has asked 5-6 questions altogether. My Instagram, my YouTube at the rate of Deek Parassini. I'll come back to you guys later. After 1 hour, I'm done with Kshamta. I will come back, right? How to introduce a highly sensitive topic to an audience with a goal to educate them. First thing is say that now sometimes my questions go really sensitive, right? Some shows I get very, very sensitive topic. What I do is when I'm getting into sensitive topic, I will ask the crowd's permission if you allow me to talk or not, right? Sometimes some people would ask me a question on a specific religion, right? Or related to God, or related to some kind of related to politics. So that time when I'm going to say my point of view, I would normally say, guys, I normally don't talk about religion or politics or about God, but still if you think this question is a doubt which everyone wants to know generally, would you allow me to speak on this or not? So once the audience give me permission to talk about it, there you go. There is no problem. Now, if you have to talk generally about sensitive topic, make sure before you start the talk, you need to prepare the audience to talk, or to, when you go, before going to the sensitive topic, you have to prepare the audience before you get into the sensitive topic, right? For example, you have to motivate them first, right? Motivate them first is, for example, one sensitive topic could be, let's say, suicide, right? Could be a sensitive topic for some people, right? Or depression could be a sensitive topic. So what you need to know, you talk about mind, you talk about the issues with mind, you talk with, what the current generation is going through, and then you go to the sensitive topic which you want to talk about, so that they will easily take it, rather than directly if I say that, everything what is happening is crap, then it works against them, right? I hope I've answered the question. Guys, these are all really interesting questions I've got after a long, long time. Okay. What's the next question from Manav? How do one address a large audience if the topic is being spoken is potentially controversial? I already told right now with that regards right now, you have to prepare the audience with that regards, okay? So Saloni is asking, what should one do when people are understanding your content, but still not much interactive? Doesn't matter. If the audience is understanding, go ahead and keep going in. Don't expect the world to interact with me. See, I don't know if you have seen my talks. First of all, go and see. If you have a chance to see, there is a very good talk which I have given to Alva College on my YouTube. Go and have a look at that. You will understand how I do my talks, to what level I do my talks. It's completely impromptu. But the point here is if the audience is understanding what you're talking about, that is it. You keep going. If they don't interact with you, doesn't matter, because sometimes when I give sessions to corporates, right, they won't react. They will they'll stay like people as if they're not even listening to you, thinking of all about the world. But they are listening, and they're taking the content in. Go ahead with it. There is nothing to worry about that, right? Okay, so I think there is a lot of questions. Everyone is talking about. Okay, fine. Let me just take this one at a time. I think best is to stick on answering the questions only. Speaking in general plays a vital role. Let it be personal or professional life. How do you correct your mistake how do you correct your mistakes in case you make what? It's not complete, Sumit. Make mistake during one presentation. Okay. So Sumit's question is, you are doing a session and you make a mistake. Well, how do you correct it? My friend, I always tell something. The audience will never know if you made a mistake or not. That is the first thing. Guys, you are the speaker. Even though you make a mistake and the audience doesn't find it, ignore it and move on. It doesn't matter. I know many people who make a mistake on stage. They openly tell the public that, oh, I made a mistake, I'm sorry for that. Guys, if the person or the audience doesn't note your mistake or doesn't pick that you have done a mistake, ignore it and go on. If you have made the mistake, it is your mistake, do it. Now, if you make an obvious mistake, which the audience also picks up, say that, sorry guys, I made a small mistake. Please let me correct it and rephrase it and correct it. It doesn't matter. Now, sometimes what happens is that when you're talking, you slip, your tongue could slip a word differently, which people will laugh. But they've understood that word, what you actually meant to say. Ignore it. So there are some places you got to ignore your mistakes, and there is some places you got to stand strong, correct the mistake publicly, and move on from it, right? I hope, Samit, I've answered the question. Man, you guys are asking one of the best questions I've ever got on public speaking. While presenting, any tips to involve? While presenting, any tips to involve the audience, because slides doesn't extract, but our content does. I'll always say that the day you use PowerPoint, you lose the power of the presentation, because everything power goes to the point and not you, right? I'm a person who's completely against using PowerPoints. Less words, the more you relate and the more you talk, the more you build connection, because people connect with people and not with presentation, right? Now, there are some people who likes presentation. For them, you have to present. Some people like graphs. Some people like numbers. Some people like pie charts. Some people like core data. Some people just like a table and they're good with it. You should know what they want. And you should know what type of people are sitting in my audience. So you give everyone a complete balance of what each content is needed for them. And that is how you have to work on your stuff, right? So different people looks for different things in the presentation. You give them that, automatically you will build the attention. And some people want to listen to the same thing. Guys, and one thing, if you have a presentation, please don't read from the presentation. Many people make that mistake. You can look into it one. It's like, for example, don't see Deek Parassini live, private show, public speaking, right? Talk about it, Deek Parassini live. It's all about public speaking. And once you can look at it to get a point and talk about it, look at it, take a point and talk about it, right? Don't read from a presentation. That's one of the biggest mistakes most of the people do when it comes to presentation, right? Okay, it's all Sumit's day today. Sumit is all set for this. Being a student, there are times when you don't have proper knowledge about the subject, how to handle with less information. Shut your mouth. That's the best thing. When you don't have a lot of information about a topic, don't talk. Stop it there. When you have free time, go and investigate about it. After investigating about it, you need to go back and fill in your knowledge and talk to the people as needed, right? So never ever go and talk in places where you have low information. You're asking for trouble. Because why? When you say something, there are chances people can counter you. There are chances that people can cross-question you. And if you don't have that, your topic, what you have said, is not justifiable to them. Either they say you're a dumb guy, either they might say you have lying, or might say that you don't have the information. Okay, quick tips on presenting yourself well in an interview. Wherein you act decent and don't look like boastful in an interview. See, interviews are a very vast topic. I've actually did a live show exclusively on interview. If you guys have time, go and have a look at it. But anyways, because Samit has asked the question, I will answer. Why do you want to look decent? Right? That's my first question. Who are you trying to impress? Guys, I will tell you something. Interview is all about sticking to the truth, telling the truth, and how well you fit in the organization or the job description you're actually applying for. You can boast, you can do anything what you want to do to prove them that you are the best candidate for that. If you have to boast, boast. But make sure it is revolving around the truth. Because sometimes when you don't revolve it around the truth, you tell a lie which is not there in your CV, that gets caught, and then you'll be left aside or kicked out of the interview. So make sure every job needs a certain level of decency and a certain level of boasting. So make sure you get that completely right. For a sales job, you need to boast a little bit. But on the other hand, if you're an engineering job, you don't need to boast at all. You know how to do the job. They will give you the job, right? Public speaking may be difficult for introvert at sometimes, and a word of advice for them. Very good question. Man, what beautiful questions I'm getting in this show. I'm impressed, right? So there's two types of people in this world. There's introvert and extrovert. What you need to do is, frankly speaking, I've done a lot of shows. This is one of the best shows, and great questions are coming. And I'm very, very happy with that. I really love when good questions come. People are genuinely asking from the heart, and I feel it. And I want sessions to go this way. So that's why I tell people, ask me any question which is bothering you, so I can answer in the best possible way. So let's go back on public speaking may be difficult for introverts. So there's two types of people in this world. One is the introvert and one is the extrovert. I have been told on my previous sessions also, when you talk about introvert and when you talk about extrovert, there is two things here. World needs two people, introvert and extrovert. Both are needed in this world equally. Get this point very clear. So for a scientist is an introvert, a very hardcore engineer, introvert, an artist is an introvert, a finance person, an accountant is an introvert. On the other hand, if you move it other side, marketing, businessman, sales, HR, they all are extrovert people. So both are needed for this world. If you see any business, you will have a marketing guy, you will have a technical guy. One is extrovert, one is introvert. Now the next thing is, if you are an introvert, my suggestion would be to go into stuffs which doesn't require public speaking. Guys, the biggest problem in this world, no one says that you have to get into public speaking by force. The point is that if you are a very, very good engineer and a bad public speaker, still I guarantee you will get a good job. But then, if you're a bad engineer and you're good at public speaking, chances are you won't get any job. So the point here you got to be very careful is if you are an introvert, it is always best to choose stuffs which doesn't require extrovert things. Now the next part is about introvert. Never ever completely try to shift from an introvert and extrovert. You will have some mental issues or some physical issues on a longer run because you're suppressing your true nature. And when you suppress your true nature, there are chances it can work against you. That is point number one. Second thing, what you got to understand here is you can just improve a little bit. If you're an introvert, try to be a very good introvert, stick to that, but make sure you improve a little bit in specific public speaking. That is, I don't tell the serious part. So how do you improve in public speaking? Go and talk in front of the mirror. When you talk in front of the mirror, first you will come to know how people visualize me. I don't know if you saw me, because why I'm talking about public speaking a lot and referring to, if you have seen my video, I literally bought a girl on stage who never spoke on stage, brings her on stage in 5 minutes. She was a complete introvert to minor. She's like literally falls when she laughs, right? So there's a great video on YouTube. Go and have a look at it, right? It's on motivational speaking IAS officers or something like that. In that, she comes, I tells us few tips, and then she talks peacefully. Guys, don't think that public speaking is a difficult task. It's one of the most easiest tasks, and you only need 5 minutes to do it. I've done on stage. Anytime someone talks of public speaking, I bring a person on stage in 5 minutes, leave them to speak in a decent level and leave them on stage. So the point is, it is this myth which people put into your head that public speaking is one of the greatest fear. It is greater than the fear of death. That is just a marketing principle by public speaking companies to get into your public speaking training. If you can speak to a friend face-to-face, one-on-one, you can be a great public speaker. Public speaking has no relation to introvertism. If you tell me something which is your own, any introvert, go and tell them to tell their own story. I'm telling you, any introvert will talk. I can sign and tell you that. There's no shyness in telling your own story, right? And I've got many introverts on stage and made them speak. So don't relate public speaking to introvert. But then if you believe that introvert, you see, introvert is a strength. Hold on to it as a strength. You need people who are introvert. So make sure you stay as an introvert. Don't try to swap around, right? I hope I've answered the question with regards to that. Okay. Smith is asking, what's the daily improvement public speaking? The secret of public speaking is stage time. The more you spend on stage, the more you improve on public speaking. So what happens here is, if you are constantly speaking, if you're constantly improving to improve your public speaking, stage time, stage time, stage time. When you have free time, someone is speaking on stage, see on the corner of the stage and see the audience. When your teacher is not there, go in front of the place where the teacher stands and look at the audience. If you have an empty stage with a lot of chairs, go and sit there in front of the stage and make sure you come on stage for every other reason and get exposed to crowd. The more you expose to crowd, the more your public speaking improves and the more your public will start improving, right? So what you need to do is work it from that point of view. So it benefits you from that point, right? So I hope I have answered that. The other thing is, you need to look in front of the mirror and start talking. When you start talking onto the mirror, you feel more confident and talk loud. So you visualize as to how other people are saying. If you have a group of friends, make your friends sit down and in front of them talk about a topic. After that, if you have some a group of uncles and aunties, tell uncles and aunties sit and talk. The more you talk, the more you improve. And that is the only way to improve in public speaking and nothing else. I hope I have answered the question. Smith is saying, I want to hear my views on public speaking. Public speaking is the most easiest thing to do and it can be done in 5 minutes. Whoever has come. Now, obviously, after this, I'm going to go live on my stuff and I'm going to bring people on thing and make them talk, right? So that I'm going to do differently. I didn't think of it, how it's going to work out. So we'll wait and see on that. But the point, what I'm trying to tell here is that public speaking is the most easiest thing to do. You only need 5 minutes to do. All you need to do is you have to come on stage, and on stage, you have to sit for some time, then slowly stand for some time, and then tell your story if you can. And automatically, I'm telling you, anyone can go and speak. Guys, public speaking is the most easiest thing. Why I'm telling easy is because I've done it. And I've brought people on stage and made them speak in 5 minutes as a decent speaker. So anyone who has fear of public speaking, it is just that they didn't have an opportunity, or they have put a lot of fear into the people's head that public speaking is dangerous, and due to which it is working against them. I've kept telling public speaking, 5 minutes, a person can be a decent public speaker, and that's it. Right? So that's just my point of view with regards to public speaking. Okay, next question. What are some of the don'ts which we should keep in mind while public speaking? Don't by heart your speeches. Many people by heart your speeches and go for it. You by heart it, no problem. But make sure you understand it, because sometimes when you're studying ABCD, 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 you're speaking about ABCD, suddenly the mic goes off, or suddenly some disturbance comes. There you go. Your ABCD will go and it will be DCF or something like that, and the complete things will go. The first thing I would say is not to by heart the things. That is first thing. Second thing is, don't try to satisfy everyone in the crowd. There are certain people who you need to satisfy. Only focus on them and not everybody. Because if you're trying to focus your time and effort to focus on everyone, it's going to affect your performance, and it's going to work against you. For example, I'm talking right now in front of you. I'm looking at every comments which I'm getting. I'm looking at every point which people are talking about. There are negative comments also coming. I ignore that. I average it in my head. If it's positive, go ahead and do it. The third thing is, make sure you try to eye contact with even the back people. Initially, one mistake which I did was only eye contact to people who are very close to me. So what happens? People at the back will lose connection with me. So that's the other thing. Make sure you keep an eye contact. Look once in a while at people, or target one or two people in the back. Look into their eye, look into their eye, look into their eye, look into their eye, so that the whole crowd listens to you, and whole crowds think that you're talking to them, and also they connect with you also, right? Then what else? Now, this is public speaking. If you have a presentation, use less help from the presentation. Just take it as a skeleton of your speech. Look into the topic, talk about the topic. Look into the topic and talk about the topic, rather than reading from the this one. So it works, it doesn't work well. So that's the other thing. What else? Make sure, my last point with that would be, always talk from your heart and not from your mind. If you talk from your heart, public speaking becomes very, very easy. Few of the don'ts, I hope I have answered to that. I also believe that listening is more important than speaking. How do you extract the maximum information from a person and gain their side of the knowledge? To gain people's knowledge, you have to ask the right question at the right time, right? So you should ask the right questions at the right time, and that is how you get the best information you can get from me or anyone else, right? Trived is asking how to insanely rude crowd. I have been in one crowd. I still remember, I don't know, it was in Bangalore, one of a local college. When I was doing my session, the teachers had gone, and one guy used to whistle out when I'm speaking. I don't know who it was, because it was around 200, 300 students. So the people who are interested was making various sounds. Why he's making this sound? So what I told them, guys, if they are rude to you, don't respond. It's only because you're saying why he's doing this, why that guy is making this sound. He's doing it more. Let him make his noise as much as he can. Ignore them. And when you start focusing from that point of view, you have much more stronger edge. So your crowd will start to support them. And the guy who, I think he whistled 3 times, after that, he stopped because the crowd is not responding. Why are people rude in the crowd? Why are people countering you? They want attention. And if you don't give them the attention, it doesn't work out. Once what happens is, I ask people, ask me any question, whatever it is. What has happened is, it is again in the Alva College, right? A guy actually told me feminism rocks. So I was like wondering, why did he tell me a statement, feminist rocks? He was indirectly telling I was a feminist, right? Why I was a feminist, he was thinking that I'm specifically answering a question, because what I did was I asked a girl a question. Then he stood up, but before he standing up, another girl stood up. So I went and asked the girl, and then I went to him, and he got really freaked out. I asked two girls, he didn't go one boy, one girl. That really freaked him out. He publicly called me I'm a feminist, right? And then obviously I explained the concept of feminist. I explained why feminists exist. That's all there, right? So guys, people will always try to pull your energy out. Make sure you don't be an entertainment to them, right? My Instagram, guys, don't talk internal chatting, please. Okay, so there's another 15 more minutes. After 15 more minutes, I will come on to my people. So kindly adjust to that. Oh, there's more questions from Neha here. Neha is all ready. Neha's always on top of this show. I think, Neha, I need to make a private show with you. Ask me all the questions you want. All right? So what's the next question from Neha? What method can you adapt to improvise while speaking if the prepared content is not good enough? First thing I will tell you is never go unprepared in speaking, because people will ask you various questions, and that various questions will always work against you. So make sure you don't do that, right? So make sure you don't do that, and it's not adapting, it's dumbness. So my suggestion would be prepare your content before you go, or else you're asking big trouble here, right? Okay, next question is there any way you can make ourselves, is there a way can we make our presentation memorable? Okay, so first of all, your point is you're doing a presentation for a reason. When you're doing a presentation for a reason, your point is not about making it memorable. The point is, did I influence the people to a level where they understand what I'm saying and they carry on doing what I'm actually told them? Don't focus on why they have to why you have to be a memorable presentation for them. Stop impressing people or thinking or making them think about you. You have given the concept in the best possible way. Did you influence them or not? Did you shift their mind or not? Did you make them think in a different way or not? If the answer is yes, forget being the memorable presentation. If you do your best job or a best talk, you will impress, you will influence people automatically. But if you focus on, I have to make my speech memorable, I have to impress certain set of people, if your focus is that, and when you don't get while you're speaking, it starts affecting your speech. So do a speech because you love doing it and never ever expect anything in return. And that is how you should be. You have seen me speaking. I speak without any expectation in return. No one can control my emotions. No one can control my sessions. No one can control my mood or level to any level, because I don't expect. My objective is to give the best answer to the certain question which is asked. Full stop it there. No one can ever control you, right? Verma, while presenting something, how do you maintain eye contact and not get distracted? Now, maintaining eye contact is difficult sometimes, right? So what you need to do, what I've been doing before, not now, before, I used to pick around 10 people who smiles at me at different areas of the crowd. Look at them, smile, 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 boom. Smile, 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 boom. So if I'm saying is, while presenting something, how do you maintain eye contact? Or then you have a certain pattern which you use. And when you start using that pattern, the crowd will think that you're looking at everyone. Crowd doesn't know who you're looking, because when you're moving at this pattern, different people will contact with you automatically. So what you need to do is pick different corners of the stage, or pick different corners of the people. It depends on the stage size also. So make sure if it's a bigger crowd, you can't look at people's eyes. You have to look at different walls, different pillars or something around that. But then you can focus or you can point towards them, right? So that's the other thing. If your eyes don't reach, you can point towards them. Hey, how's your life? So when I'm pointing towards you, your focus will automatically come onto my hand. Your eye contact, your hand is good enough to get that eye contact which you're looking for. So if it's too far, you'll see great political parties or celebrities, they're just waving for the sake of waving. They're not waving at anyone, but the world will think, oh, they have waved at me. So make sure you fake wave, fake actions, fake pointing. What do you think? When I say, what do you think? You can take one, say, hey, what do you think? Or what do you think? Pick one random people, and that is how you do it, right? I hope, Verma, I have answered the question. Oh my God, there's tons of questions. I have 5 more minutes to go. My Instagram, my YouTube, I'll come back to your question in the next 10 minutes because theirs will get cut within few hours, right? So how to make online sessions at conference more lively because many hesitate to open virtually? Not really. Actually speaking, if you really talk a topic which is of interest to them, they will talk, right? Now, how to make online interesting? See, guys, I will tell you something very simple. If you talk topics which is of interest of people, they will listen. Right now, altogether, I have around 40 to 50 people watching this altogether. They're still sticking around for a long time. I'm doing an online session, and people are still being there, just listening one-sided. Make sure you call their name once in a while. Why do I think, oh, Neha, you're asking this question? That's great. I'm giving recognition back to you to keep your interest to ask me more questions. So indirectly, what I'm doing is when I recognize people, they'll be more interested to ask more questions. So when you start doing that, people will ask you, why is Neha asking the most questions? Because last time, one thing is I'm telling the truth from my heart. Last time Neha had asked beautiful questions and I told she has to get an award for it. So this time she's asking much more better questions. So basically, it's building a relationship, a personal relationship with the person. And when you build up those personal relationships, they'll be always a part of your thing and they'll be always interested, right? And at the end of the day, some people, whatever you do, you can never get interest to them, ignore them and move on, right? What facial expression, body language helps speaker to make presentation in a better way? Keep smiling, always have a smiling face because people like smiling people. You will see me always smiling. I think so. Sometimes I smile. Sometimes be yourself. That is the first thing. Because if you're not yourself, people know you faked it. Point number one. Body language, there's different body language. And there's voice modulation also, which is much more different. For example, when you say there is something which is on a very high stage. So when you're bringing your hand, and something that is low, you can reduce your voice also low. So what basically when you bring your action in relation to the voice modulation, as you know, there is some things that is high and there is some things which is low. You see the difference? So when you say something which is high and something which is low, the modulation will start working around into people and their interest will be there staying on a longer time. And that is the other secret of using facial expression. Now, facial expression, when you talk about fear, you talk about, it's very, very fearful. I'm bringing my facial expression, bringing that fear and making you feel that fear is there within me. And that is also transferred within you, and one day I was like, oh, that's a big problem. And then when I say, oh, that's a big problem, again, that also makes a difference. So it's all a mixture of hand usage, body usage. When I used to do for kids, I've done sessions for 5th grade students and 60-year-old group of ladies. I've done for all age group, and different age group is a different body language, different talking scale. For them, I need to create characters, right? So literally I need to create a dog. There is a dog, the head is like that, it moves up and down, you have that tail. Can you see the moving tail? Can you see the dog barking bobo? You need to create the animal so that they automatically from that point of view, right? I hope I have answered that question. Okay, let me stop Neha and move to someone else now. Oh, there's only Neha's questions left now. Okay, so that's good. So I have 5 more minutes. Let me quickly answer people's questions, right? So So yeah, how do we engage with the audience? You got to talk to them, right? And you got to listen or talk to people what they are actually looking for and work it from that point of view, right? Because engagement of audience is completely a different talk altogether. I'll take another half an hour just to tell you how to engage the audience, because if you do what the world needs or what the audience needs, they will start engaging with you, right? I have another 3 more minutes to go. Hope I can answer all your questions with that regard. How should we coordinate with multiple people while presenting without dominating, obeying, or surpassing? How do we coordinate with multiple people while presenting? See, coordinate with multiple people. I really don't have a clear understanding, Neha, what you're asking here, but let people dominate you. Let people give more information to you. The power of coordinating with people or dominating you, as long as they don't affect you in your professional and personal life, be a good listener. Dominators like good listeners. Just fake your acting and be a good listener. You'll go much more further on into your life. What are some of the strategies that you need to stick to what are the strategies that you need to stick to before delivering any content or public speaking? I've already talked about it a few seconds ago. While doing college presentation or group work, guys, different people needs different level of understanding from that point. So some people, even though they're very dominating, one tap, hey, thanks a lot, man, you did a great help, that is enough. They will be completely under dominating for you. So different people, that is managing people more than managing managing the speaking thing. So sometimes, even though when you're in a group, there is dynamics, there is politics, that is more about managing people, is nothing to do with your speaking skills, right? How to deal with anxiety before going on stage? Don't go and speak to impress anyone. Don't by heart your stuff. Anxiety only thing comes when you think something about your future. So when you're presenting, you think that in future I have to impress these people. In future I need to work it from there. In future there is some things which is working, which can work against me. If you're focused on that, anxiety builds up. What you need to do? I'm giving my speech. I'm going to give my best. Full stop it there. Don't expect what's happening. Future, let it go to hell. I'm doing it. That is what I have to do. Full stop. People like, people don't like. If the people don't like, I will improve next time. If people have some improvements to tell me, let me know. I'll improve it next time. That is it. Go with that attitude. That is it. All questions. Oh, there's more questions here. How to improve clarity for our audience in our thoughts and ideas while speaking. How to improve clarity for our audience. Now, different people have a different level of understanding, so make sure you talk in their language. I always tell people, always talk their language. Sangeeta, I'll come back to your question. Always talk to their language, because if you don't talk to their language, there are chances it can work against you also. So if you're talking to a 5-year-old child, you got to tell with stories. If you're talking to a 60-year-old group of ladies, you can't talk comedy stuff. You have to be very serious. But if you're talking with youth, you have to talk their language. If they're good at Hindi, talk in Hindi. If they're good in English, talk in English. You have seen my Hindi shows also. Why am I doing my Hindi shows? Some people don't understand English. So I'm doing it for them so that they have much more clarity in the messages which I'm going to give. That is it. And the last question, what is this? How to avoid cold feet? I don't know what is cold feet. Your leg is just getting cold. I would just say get a heater next to your leg and heat it up, or just rub your leg. I really don't know what is cold feet. I'm not. Okay, Nikki's question. Nikita, during my school time, I was on stage, and due to the audience fear, I was told my standard as 7th, but I was in 8th. Doesn't matter. Let the world say anything about you. You're 8th only. See, guys, people will always find some way or the other and some options to the other to pull you down. It's as simple as that. So don't take a stamp. When people say that you're dumb, doesn't mean that you're dumb. If you're asking the right question and they don't have the right answers to that, they would obviously call you dumb. Doesn't mean that you're dumb, right? So that's it. No more questions. Oh, there's one more questions have popped up. Now you guys are asking me 1 minute questions. How do you address to a hostile group? What's a hostile? Come on, guys. Don't ask me this difficult words. Showing opposition or dislike. Don't go and address in front of an hostile group which is against your principle or unfriendly, or that's what the meaning says hostile is. Don't go and talk in front of them. It's as simple as that. Because if you talk, you're asking for trouble and it actually works against you, right? I think my kid is on. He really comes on time, on dot. And I think he wants to say hello to you. Hello to... My kid wants to say, yes, Disha, if a group is disagreeing with you, why are you talking with them? I think my kid wants to say hi to you people. So I'll introduce if he comes in properly or not, right? So yeah. So that's it. Any more questions? Baby. So my kid wants to say hi to everyone, I think. So he's just hitting the door. So where is he? Hello, guys. He wants to say hello to everyone. In our home there is only 3 people. Bring him in. Okay, there. Say hello. Come on, say hello to him. There you go. Say hello. 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 How are you? How are you? Yeah, fine, happy. Ellaru happy. Kanda? Ellarum baby nu nokkunnu. Kayilla? Okay, poikko. Happy? Door booty poikko. Nanda? Poikko. Okay, so that's it, guys. Oh yeah, I got the notification from Instagram that I need to sign out. I will come back live onto my page shortly. So guys, just stay along. So Kshamta group, I hope I've answered your question in the best possible way. I hope I've done justice to you. So it was a pleasure having you here. I just have 1 minute and 19 seconds. So all thanks to God for all your feedbacks. He just excited here that I'm live. Okay, he comes in perfectly at 1 hour. Once I'm done, he actually comes and he knows the time. I don't know how he knows the time, but he makes it that way. Right? So thank you, everyone. It is a pleasure. I just have 59 seconds. I got to sign out or else this won't get saved. I'm going to continue on my Instagram, on my YouTube, or wherever you want to be a part of it. I'm going to continue this. If you have further questions, feel free to come on to my Instagram. Same thing, my name, Deek Parassini. Search it anywhere on YouTube or Facebook. You will find me there. I'm moving there for another half an hour. I'm going to be there with them. So feel free to be part. It is a pleasure, guys. Thanks a lot, Smith, for specially inviting me for the last 1 month. 2 more weeks to go. I will be here answering various questions which you're looking for. And it is a pleasure, guys. See you. Thank you. Instagram, I am coming to your show. Just give me a few seconds and I will be here. Why can't I save it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so just give me 1 second and I will get it through, right? Instagram, Facebook, I'm coming to you guys. So, baby, okay. So yeah, so give me 1 second. Okay, so let that go on Instagram. That is safe. So back to my audience, guys. Thanks a lot. I hope you have enjoyed the show. Now I'll take few questions, whatever you want to ask me about public speaking, and ask me on the comments column, and I will answer to you, right? And plus, I can give you a chance for you to join in my show on my YouTube and Facebook. Let me just work that out shortly so you guys can also be a part of it, right? So go ahead. Oh, I need to log into my system. So then it's difficult. It's difficult. I can't do it. Okay. So anyways, no issues. Okay, I can do it another way. Oh, I have another idea. Okay, so guys, whatever. Hi, Pratiksha. Thanks a lot for joining in. So feel free to ask whatever questions you have with those regards and work it up from there, right? So Ask me questions on the comments column. Baby, right? So feel free to ask me questions and I will try my best to answer. Pratiksha, I'm always good. Feel free to ask me the questions. I need questions and I will try my best to answer it. Let me just find the link where you people can join with me on the show on Facebook and YouTube. Actually, I lost the link. Where's the link? Positive vibes, pure soul. Thanks a lot. I hope you people enjoyed the show, whoever stayed around, and you people have learned a lot. It's good to know that, it was a good experience altogether. Thanks a lot for that. Hi, Hema. Hi, Aman Gupta. Thanks a lot for joining in. And yeah, questions. Feel free to ask me the questions so I can reply it in the best possible way. Now, if you want to join on YouTube or Instagram with me live, I give an opportunity last half an hour. Give me 1 second. Let me update my link on my bio profile. If you go and have a look at the bio profile, oh, no, this is not the link. Oh, damn, I made a small mistake. Guys, I will do it next time. Next time I'll plan out a little more better. And I will work it on because I don't know what's the link. Oh, okay, I know the link, but I don't know how to share it to my phone. That's the other problem. I need to manually type it. So how can I speak so confidently like me? Practice. If you keep practicing, the confidence will start coming in and work it from that point, right? So what you need to do is that if you don't practice, you can never be. Now, why am I coming online every day? Why am I coming every day, coming live, talking to you people? Main reason is practice. The more you practice, the more you better on. Okay, next question by Sangeeta. While giving presentation in a group of people, just one second, P64 UCKU JCK. Okay, if you want me to join me on live on YouTube and Instagram, go on to my bio link. There is a bio link. Use Google Chrome to open it. If you use Google Chrome to open it, give access to your mic and give access to your video, and you can come live with me. I'll be here for another half an hour to answer all your questions. Now, so if you're giving what are the rules to be followed, how to answer the questions accurately. First of all, to answer questions accurately, you need to know the information quite very well. Because if you don't know information quite very well, it actually works against you, right? So if you want to answer questions, first of all, you should know the answer. If you don't know the answer, you can never ever do it, right? So that is point number one. What is the further question by Sangeeta? How to answer the questions. So if you have the information, you will answer correctly. Now, the other thing what you can do is when someone, if you have, what we do is the other way. If you want to improve, and if you're instantly being asked questions and you can't answer, what I would say is to practice, which means I will tell you speaking, talk something about speaking, talk something about India, talk something about Mahatma Gandhi, talk something about US. So randomly ask your parents to ask one topic and you talk. So what happens? Your mind processing gets better. Your mind processing improves with time. So these are the few steps to actually get it and work it up. Guys, all questions, only public speaking. If you want to join with me live, there is an option. You go into the bio link, Instagram bio link, click on the link, and you can come live on the show, right? So yeah, so if you want live with me face to face on YouTube or Facebook, click on that link and you can ask me questions directly. Guys, I'm only answering questions with regards to public speaking. Today's what? Today's Monday or Sunday? Today's Saturday. Sunday, I have a live show. Monday is the Ask Deek show where you can ask me any questions other than public speaking, right? So that's the Ask Deek show. I leave it. If you have no questions with public speaking, I will sign out from here. If you want to join live with me on Facebook or YouTube, all you need to do is click the bio link. There is a link. Use Google Chrome and work it, and you can join me live. I don't see anyone joining, so I'm all okay with it, right? Why do people believe on degrees than skills? That is the best way to gauge your actual experience which you have. I don't know. Reason Roast, there is a podcast which I released today. Go and have a look at my podcast. It talks about skill or talent versus education. Go and have a look at it. You'll have a clear idea what I'm talking over here, right? So that's it. No one wants to join live with me on Facebook or YouTube. There is a bio link on Instagram. I told I'm going. How do you join, Hema? Hema, if you go to my Instagram, if you close this live show, if you go into my profile, at the bio link, you have a link called www.streamyard.com/something. If you click on that link, it'll open through Google Chrome, give access to mic and give access to camera. You can cover your camera if you don't want to show yourself, and you can be a part of my show live. I'll be here for another 15 minutes and work it out. How do you answer instantly for all the questions? I always tell people, please don't ask me that question as to how I'm answering each and every question. You can ask me any other question out of it. All right. So make sure you ask me anything from that with regards to it. Nikki, okay, Bhagyashri has joined. Okay. Hi, Bhagyashri, you can hear me? Yes, no? Bhagyashri, you're there? Hello? Oh, she joined in. Bhagyashri just joined in and she left. I don't know why, what happened there. But anyways, no issues. Maybe she will join again. Nikki is saying how to ignore fear of public speaking, because while speaking, there is always a fear of losing confidence. Now, Nikki, if you already have the guts to go and talk on stage, and you have talked on stage, what you need to do is quite and very simple. You're losing confidence because you're expecting a certain level of response from the audience. When you expect a certain level of response from the audience, there are chances that when they don't give you that response, it hits your confidence. So what you need to do is, when you're talking onto an audience, when you're talking onto people, what you need to do is stop taking negative feedback from the audience. When you take negative feedback from the audience, there are chances it will work against you, and there are chances it will reduce your confidence because you're expecting a certain level from that people. There you go. Janvi joined in, but she didn't give access to your phone or his mic. Guys, my wish, baby, my kid is around here walking around, so sorry for that. Janvi has joined in, but unfortunately, IG Imran Tadwani, yes, you can ask me in Hindi also, but Hindi, there's a different show I do, so be part of that. But then otherwise, the only option is I will have to respond in English, because this is an English show today, so I would keep it that way. Yes, Iman, if you come live, you can ask me in Hindi also. You can talk to me in Hindi also, but my response will be in English because this is an English show. There is a Hindi show which I do every Wednesday. If you want to talk in English and talk in Hindi and speak in Hindi, Wednesday 5:30, you can always join, right? Janvi, I don't know if you tried to sign in. You came in, but you didn't give access to your mic and camera. Bhagyashri, you joined in, you came in. I gave you access, but you left. Hema's also joined in without giving access to mobile and camera. I'm very sorry, guys. If you don't give access to your cameras, it is difficult, right? So let me give a comment to these guys. Private chat. Hema, you didn't give access. Baby, no? You didn't give access to your phone, to your mic and camera. So Hema, I saw you also joining in, but you didn't give. Hema, I saw you joining in, but you didn't give the answer. You didn't give access to your guys. You have to give access to your mic and your camera. You can cover your camera if you want it, but if you don't give access to it, which is Google Chrome should have settings. Hema's joined again without the access. I feel very bad when people join the show without the access. So no issues. They will figure it out on a longer run how to fix it, and they will all be fine. Nath is asking, do I believe in God? Oh, I believe in every God which people believe in, and I believe in every God which people don't believe in also. So my cam is blocked. Yes, you have to give access to it by going to the settings, phone settings, and Google Chrome settings. Megha's asking, we are valuing someone a lot, but they don't respond to our message. What should you suggest to me? If it is outside your family, just ignore it because uh, it doesn't make any value to you. Man, I feel very bad. One person got all the access, the person left, which is Bhagirshi. Hima and Janvi got into it, but didn't give access to the camera and mic. So then I can't accept you into that because it is a simple thing. So if you want to join me live, anyways, let it be a practice session for everyone so that people can try and get in. And once they figure out how to get in, it works out. Reason Roast is saying, why are you giving advice for free? I like doing it, right? And I just want to give it for free. As I said, all my sessions I do completely free. Charm has joined. Let's see, Sham. Sham, you can hear me? Sham, your mic is off. You have given access. Yes,
Yes,
Sham.
I can. Yes, I can hear you.
Good, good, good. Thanks a lot for joining in.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Tell me, what's your question?
So I don't have any question. I just want to listening your talk.
Oh, you just want to listen to
Yeah,
my talk. Great. So now the world has also heard
yeah.
of
Like
it.
in the future, I'll be having a question, but for now, I just want to listening.
Great, great, great. So thanks a lot for joining in. So what I'm going to do is from now on, all my upcoming sessions, the last half an hour, I will allow people to join in the live show so that basically your name and your voice is already being shown live to the world, right? So that's my objective where now you're famous. Right?
Yeah.
So, so, so,
Um,
so that's good. So feel free to ask me any questions. So you just want to be a visual viewer, feel free to view it there, right?
yeah,
So
sir. I'm a big fan of yours.
all thanks to God. I always tell people, don't try to be my fan, be your own fan, which gives you better growth and better
Yeah,
fan.
even my own fan also. I'll be, so like all rounder. Not only my fans, for your fans, for others, motivational speaker like that.
No, what happens is that when you become a fan follower of people like us, what happens is that your energy will get transferred to me.
Yeah.
I don't want
But
that.
even your energy will transfer to me. Like it will be,
No. See, energy will transfer. See, my energy transferring, I don't know what all energy transfer is happening when I'm doing. But the point here is that is, yes, my energy will transfer. But then what can happen is that is you will get over dependent onto my energy.
the thing
So,
is,
so
once you share your speech and all, I will get motivated from that. That energy I will utilize it. Then I'll try to, for my friends and all those in need, I will try to motivate them. When I saw your thoughts, your speech and all,
perfect.
I'll try to share it.
Get it. So my question, yeah, I'm trying to make you independent and self-motivated. So what you
Yeah.
have to learn from this experience is that is you are listening to my talk. You're
Yeah.
getting a certain energy and certain concept or certain way of thinking. What you need
Yeah.
to do is that is what in my speech or what in my talk is giving you that motivation.
Yeah.
Find out the triggers. If you
Yes.
yourself can repeat that trigger into your life, you don't need me.
Yeah, but one of your thoughts, I disappointed that I didn't really agree that. I think I have comments that, like, yeah, the thought was like this. Once the children get love from their parents, they'll not go and seek love from outside. But,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I really disagree that point.
Okay. So I will tell you something.
Yeah,
Now, if,
the thing is, sorry for interrupted you, but the
hmm,
thing is, in like it depends. Not only all 100%. It, I mean, it's correct, but the thing is, like 100, half, like 50%, it's correct, and 50. It's not like it depends on the person. It depends on the personality of the people.
Okay,
Some kids,
okay, let me ask you a couple of questions.
yeah.
Why does a student at the age of 16 wants to get into relationship?
See, sir, that it depends on depends on the behavior, on the attitudes of the student.
Agreed.
Because
But why? No, why he wants to get into a relationship at the age of 16? What is the reason
see,
behind it?
seriously, I don't want to get into that, so I don't know how to answer that.
Okay.
Seriously.
So normally youth or in general, which means
Yeah,
students, go into love because they are getting something short what they're
yeah,
getting in the family, which means that maybe his mother, let's see, it's a girl, since you're a girl, maybe the father is very strict to the girl.
yeah,
Okay. So because of the strictness, she sees a guy who gives that extra love or extra attention which his father didn't give. So she will assume that that extra care and extra attention is a form of love,
yeah.
and she goes for the main reason. I get these when I've talked to 13-year-old and 15-year-old kids crying, not crying, sending me a
Yeah,
message
yeah,
after a breakup,
yeah.
right?
But yeah,
So
can I talk now?
next reason why they get into a relationship is I don't have anyone to share my real
Yeah,
feelings,
yes,
right? The
yes,
parents are
yes.
not there.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. Yeah,
So parents are not there or what? Because somewhere around parents are
yeah,
so busy working in their
yes,
own friends party or their kitty
mm,
party, and they're
yeah,
so busy in that they've handed over everything to a maid or a helper. The helper treats their kid on a bad way, and they go outside in search of love.
yeah,
I'm not saying going into relationship is bad, but for
yeah.
every
It's not really bad. Yeah,
there is an age,
yes,
right? So what
yeah,
I'm generally saying is, if the kid gets all the attention, for example,
yes,
if the kid's parents start being their best friend,
yeah,
I'm telling you, they don't need to get into relationship.
yes,
The other
yeah,
point is sometimes some girls gets pushed into having a
yes,
relationship also.
yeah,
Yeah, my friend have this. Oh, you are having a girlfriend. It's all good. Go and have the girlfriend. I know many girls who are forced into relationship also, right?
yeah,
I know
yeah,
a story. A boy comes in front of a girl, takes a blade, and says that I'm going to cut my hand if you don't say yes to me.
yes,
And she falls for it also, that emotional thing. So at the end of the day, even though if the youth goes into relationship also, they have a learning experience in that.
yes,
So if they want to go for that, go for it. Life will teach if it is right or wrong for you. But if when it teaches you, you should not say that I'm done with my life. I want to suicide now. Love is crap, and all that excuses they shouldn't come back with when the breakup happens.
yes. I agree with you, but still, I have a couple of questions. Not a question, just a bad answer for that.
Yes.
Yeah, see, the thing is, yeah, some that what I have said, it depends on the personality of the people. Some they got enough love from their parents, from the family.
Shan, your voice is breaking. Are you on? Are you on some? Your network is weak a little bit.
Yeah, maybe now I'm audible.
Yeah, no, but you're breaking and breaking and breaking, so it's getting very difficult for me to follow
So
you.
yeah,
Okay,
can you hear
go.
me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing is, some people and some of the youth they got enough love from the family, from
Yes.
the parents, so on and so forth. But still, they go in search of love from outside. I have seen a lot of my friends, okay?
No, they go in search of love for, they go in search of, they get enough love from the parents and they go in search of
Yeah,
love
but
outside for.
still, they will go in search of love from outside. I mean, from others, like
Yes.
couples or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, that question means why they made their mind like that. They got enough love, but still they're not in that age, like they are
Yes.
below that teenage.
So the other reason for it is sometimes you see a lot of movies and you trigger this fantasy of love. You trigger this fantasy of, because most of the movies shows college love stories, most of the stories nowadays shows youth love stories. So when you're seeing all this, you think, oh, why not I also try it out? So what happens is you expose so much about this love, 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 love. You think that it is okay to try out love at that age, and you inculcate that feeling into yourself that I also need that type of love, and you go
Yeah.
into this other levels of it, right? So
Yes.
it, it's like same like people getting into smoking. Oh, my friends are
Yes.
smoking. Everyone is smoking. Even the movies, actors are smoking. Why don't I try out smoking?
Yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely correct. Yeah.
So that's the other side of the thing. That's like I want to try it out
Yeah.
and see. Many people tell me, there are girls or boys who come. They're having two relationships and telling me it is right to have two relationships because I'm trying and finding out which is the best for me.
Yes.
Right. So there's many reasons for it, but at the end of the day, for example, another reason why they go into relation, you don't love yourself, you hate
Yes.
yourself because of some experience in your life. You have someone who gives you a little bit of interest. There you go. That is love for me, right? So there
Yeah.
can be many reasons why people go out, but at the end of the day, if there is a proper family involvement, what I'm trying to say, most kids won't go for it. But then if you get
Yes.
wrong friends, many people go for it. My friends have it, I also want it. It's like everyone has a mobile, everyone has a boyfriend, I also need a mobile, I also want a boyfriend. So that is another
Yeah.
way. So many reasons
Yeah.
they go for it, but if parents transfer the value and give enough time to their children to transfer their family values to them, they won't slip, even though
Yeah.
they show the mobile or even though there's the boy comes in front of them. So value transferring is not being done nowadays, which is most
Yes.
of the reason. The values are coming from outside. I don't know, there is a great quote which says, if parents don't teach values to children
Yeah.
are going to learn non-value things from others.
Yes. Yes.
So that's where I'm saying, if love means not only that boyfriend girlfriend love from
Yeah.
family,
Yeah. Yeah. I understood that.
it
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
transferring the value, transferring the
Yes.
love of their God or whatever religions they
Yes.
believe, whatever the culture is, whatever the society is, what
Yes.
we stand for. When you don't have that essence of what I stand for, other people will influence you to what they want you to do. And when
Yeah.
that happens, it works against them again. So that is why I'm saying, when I say love, it's the complete thing
Yes.
about
Yes. I
love,
understood that. Yeah.
values,
Yeah.
the personality, everything is revolved around there, right? There are
Yes.
many parents says to boys, hey, go and have a girlfriend and see how your experience. I know many parents who tell to the kids that
Yeah.
way,
Yeah. They used to say that. Yeah. At your
right? No,
age, you are still acting like the kids at your age, like your
yeah,
friends and all. They
yeah.
already got
No,
married and all.
I have seen families going so bad at the age when kids don't like girls, they will hook with other girls.
Yes.
Small 10-year-old kid, 5-year-old kid, oh, you have a girlfriend, huh? And the kid is, no, 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 I don't have a girlfriend. So indirectly at a very childhood age also, you're pushing girlfriend, boyfriend concepts when they are young itself. That
Yeah.
even parents don't realize it,
Yes.
right? If a small 5-year-old, not 5, I think they start around 5. When they go to school, like 5-year-old or 6-year-old kid, when they go and they talk about a girl, one of the uncle will say, "Oh, your girlfriend, huh?" Right? And when they grow up, and when they say, "I have a girlfriend," uncle will say, "Oh, oh, you became so big now. You have your own girlfriend. How dare you have girl?" Same uncle will say.
Yes.
So since the age of 5, we are putting girlfriend, boyfriend concept into girls and children's mind. They will be forced and driven to try it out because you have been made fun when you were a small child. So there itself, at the age of 5 and 6, you're making boys and girls take that relationship as a time pass relationship. Oh, let's make fun with
Yeah.
it. Oh, girlfriend, boyfriend is a fun relationship,
Yes.
right? And the kids will see this girlfriend boyfriend movies. They will see a girl and boy kissing. The kid will also, oh, let me also try and kiss and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
So it starts from age 5,
Yeah.
from different families, influencing kids from different ways, indirectly or unknowingly, which makes them go for a girl or a boy in future. I'm not blaming family here. It's
Yes.
all done unknowingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
So
I've
my
cleared your
question is,
doubt 100%.
yeah, question is
Yeah.
there.
Question is there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
See, the thing is, yeah, like you said, some of the parents they not give enough love for their children.
Yeah.
So, what is the motivation or the thoughts we can give and share to that parents so that they can love, they can take care of your children?
Very good question. So the next thing what parents have to do here is
Yeah,
time. Nowadays, no one has time, right? The
yeah,
biggest
yeah,
problem which the kids are facing right now, no one has time for their children. When the
yes,
kid is born, what happens? You hand it over to a maid or you hand it over to your grandparents.
yes, correct.
Okay. After 1 year, you hand it over to the nursery or preschool.
Yes,
After preschool, you hand it over to school.
yes, yes,
Now, school is only for short time. So you put for
yeah,
tuitions also.
correct.
So every time you're handing over your creation to the outside world, don't you think that the outside world is going to influence them much more than anything else?
Obviously, they'll influence them. Yeah,
Point is, where are the kids getting time? Where are the children's having family? Or even though they have family time, they go
yeah,
sitting on the dining table, they're having lunch together. What is the topic of discussion? World news, government news, every neighbor news. They will never talk mother's news, father's news, children's news.
yeah. Some of the family they're not allowed to talk during the dinner, during the lunch, during the
Yes.
breakfast.
So no one talks, and they
Yeah,
have to find someone else around the system
yeah,
outside their family to talk. So the biggest
yeah,
issue right now is because most of the parents, both the parents are working now, right?
yeah.
So there you
Correct.
go. I have a message from a girl yesterday saying that I'm feeling all alone. Both my parents are working. What am I supposed to do? What should I tell her? Best thing is go have a boyfriend so you have someone else to entertain.
Yeah.
Right? So you're forcing kids to get into it. But I didn't
Yes.
tell her to go get a boyfriend. I'm going to have a different conversation to make her
Yes.
understand
Yes.
how she
Yeah.
can be
Obviously.
motivated, how she can understand her life differently, how you can
Mm.
actually create your own father and mother indirectly. That's a different thing for her, which I'm going to tell her. But the point
Yeah.
here is it is not, no kid want to do wrong and no
Yeah.
human want to do wrong. They're forced into it or they're indirectly driven or triggered to do it.
Yeah.
No one wants suffering. No one wants to smoke. No one wants to have
Yeah.
alcohol. But still, people go and do it. It's just because they have some stress they want to hide over. They have something which they want to remove. So they have to have it, or else they'll have some mental issue and they'll go and suicide. Now, many people ask, why do nowadays kids have a lot of addiction? Why do kids have a lot of addiction? Because somewhere around they have these short of love or short of attention or short of this breakup or father not treating well. They want to forget. So they get into this addiction. So they forget. Why kids are on PUBG now? I'm not getting attention from my friends. I'm not getting attention from my family. From PUBG, I'm getting all the attention. And that is what is keeping me alive. That is why most of the kids are addicted to PUBG.
Yeah.
So now doubt is clear 100%.
Yeah. It's 100% clear. Thank you so
Yay!
much.
Sham has got all her answers today. So that is
Yeah.
good. So yeah, so that's what Sham. Feel free to ask me questions so I can clarify the thought process and you have a
Yeah.
better meaning and understanding towards life.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
Anything
the
else?
thing is, even
Yeah.
like why I asked that question, yeah, I got enough love from my parents, okay. But the thing is, I didn't get that much enough. But still, I was like, okay, yeah, so I just went outside and searched for love. I used to spend my time. See, I motivate by myself to myself. I used to watch motivational speaker from YouTube, from Instagram, all the social media. So when I watch that speakers, like the motivation, I got motivated by myself, from myself by seeing all those. So I get enough love. Like when I saw that, why should I think? My parents, they have to work to earn. If my parents do not work, so I'll not get food. Am I right? So they have to sacrifice their time and all in order to fulfill all our needs and all. So yeah, like that. I felt like
I I understood you talked about your parents. Your voice is going louder, so that is the
Really?
reason it is just getting spread off.
Yeah. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is, I didn't get enough love. Yeah, I got it. I got enough, but not up to that limit.
Yeah.
So the
See,
thing,
you're saying you didn't get enough love from your parents, correct?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
didn't went outside search that love. Okay. I
Good.
saw I saw like I used to see the
Motivational speakers,
videos or yeah from the all
and you
those
got motivated.
motivation. Yeah, I saw from that. Then by seeing that, I got inspired by myself,
Good.
from myself, by seeing all those. So
Good.
that's it. I was like disagree that message. Like if that what I have said before, it depends on the youth. If the youth they have enough energy, enough that spiritual power by themselves, they can handle each and everything.
Yeah.
So I got that spiritual power from myself. I didn't went outside. I didn't search for that love. I felt it from YouTube, from that motivational speaker, from that
Good.
all those thoughts and all. So I got motivated. Like I'm strong enough. I can handle each and everything. Even
Good.
though I didn't get enough love, like at my age, like
Yeah.
now I'm running 24. Okay,
Yeah.
those who are 30, 35, they was like, oh my God, such a words from your side. We are at this age, we can't even talk like that. Then
Yeah.
I was like, that maturity and all does not depends on your age. It depends on your mindset, how you
Uh,
analyze,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, how you analyze, how you all those things by seeing this society. In the society we are living, some will point out what you are doing, some will hate, some will love. So I don't take it in a serious way. If someone talk negative about me, I don't care. I know what I'm doing. So yeah, like that I used to do. So I got motivated by myself to myself.
Yeah.
I used to motivate myself.
See, there is a problem here. Now you are saying that you don't get that much love from your
Yeah,
parents or concerned love people.
yeah,
You there is two things which has happened. Either you have came out of that emotional requirement of the love, which is the positive way of doing it. If
yeah,
you have suppressed that love and covered it with motivational entertainment, that is a different ballgame. Because
yes,
sometimes what happens is that is people have this still requirement of love from parents,
yeah,
and they suppress it and they keep it and killing it by hearing motivation. So what happens is it is like the see for me the problem with motivational speaking sometimes is that it is like taking a vitamin tablet. you're not you're
exactly.
not eating right, you're not healthy, you're just having this vitamin tablet and trying to feel healthy.
Yeah,
So the problem here is that on a longer run, after 10, 20 years, your health is going to hit you regardless of what this vitamin tablets which you're taking in. So the problem here is that parents short of love, if it's not justified and you don't have the real answer to why they didn't love, there are other ways I can fill my love in different forms, and
yeah,
different ways to do it. Once you understand that essence of it, you don't need motivational speakers also. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
When you become love, that's what I tell people.
yes,
I don't know if you saw my
yeah,
quote. When you become love, you don't need love from the world,
yes, yes, yeah, yeah,
right? So make
yeah,
sure you're not suppressing these requirement feelings with motivational speaking, because what happens is that it'll be just like a vitamin tablet. Having it, your health will
yeah.
be hit, then it's too late to get out.
Yeah, see, the thing is, some motivational speaker they used to say when I saw the kids without parents, still they are happy. Then I was like, yeah, I have a parent. They give love, but they cannot give enough. So why should I worry about that? I should live
Correct.
like them.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is how
for
you
that
have
I
to,
used to
right?
feel like that. Yeah,
See, the thing is, the power is when you stop expecting from the
yes,
world, you become so powerful,
yeah,
right? And then
yes,
focus on your growth, automatically you become double powerful. So
yeah.
stop
Double powerful.
expecting,
Now it is triple
focus on
powerful,
your
not
growth,
only double.
right? And automatically once you focus on your growth, you will
Yeah,
attract the right people into your life.
yes. Yeah, before I used to complain like they got that. Why didn't I did not get that one? But once I saw that the videos and all those they have uploaded, I was like, I have two legs, two ears, two eyes, two hands. Even I can achieve, but the time is not the right time for me to achieve all those things now, all those things now. But they used to say, like the precious things, it will take time to achieve it. So yeah, I accept that one. So I was like, it will take time. It will. I mean, it will not say or it will not the thing I cannot afford it, but it will be delayed. The time will, I mean, the time will not come now. They used to say, the right time will come, not immediately, but definitely. So I
See,
used to do that.
okay, let me clarify that thought process. The time will only come when you take the right actions. Many
Yeah,
people wait for the time to come, wait for things to change, wait for the universe to change. It doesn't work that way. If you're
yeah,
in hell, your job is to find out ways to get out of hell. You don't sit in hell and say that it'll be heaven one day,
yeah. Yeah,
right? Many
we should
people
work
get
hard
this
for that.
mistake.
Yeah,
Everything happens for the good. सब कुछ होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. They have these
yeah, I
concepts,
don't know Hindi.
right? Take actions. That is what
Yeah,
actually changes.
yeah,
Okay, that's it. Any other
yeah,
doubts?
that's it. No, it's
Okay,
all
perfect.
clear now.
So let me just close the show. It's already 1.5 hours. I have another person to talk to after this.
Yeah,
So
thank you
thank
so
you,
much,
Sham,
sir.
for being a part of the show.
Yeah,
Other three people tried to figure out to join, and you luckily joined. So it was quite interesting to talk to you. And thanks a lot for being a part of it.
yeah, even
So
thanks a lot
I'll
for
be
you, sir.
signing out from YouTube and Facebook first. So
Yeah.
just give me 1 second. So YouTube, Facebook, see you tomorrow. I'm going to talk about what? Tomorrow, I'm going to talk with another motivational speaker who's just got into motivational speaking since
Okay.
8 months. So I'm going to talk with her. She have a couple of questions to ask me. So she wants to know how to create a good journey in being a motivational speaker. I'm not a motivational speaker, but then obviously I'm going to tell her my point of view how real motivation
Yeah.
speakers have to spread motivation, because most of
Yeah.
the motivation have been moved to entertainment and a money making business, which I'm
Yeah.
not supporting. That has to stop. So if there's new people getting into motivation, I thought is the right opportunity. If you guys want to listen to the talk, feel free to come at tomorrow at
Yeah.
5:30.